Game 6 of the Skulls for Skulls Throne tournament. Flying Taco versus Hadres. Let's recap things here real quick before we go into these armies here, guys. So right now we've got Hadres down against Flying Taco in the competition. Hadres has won 2. And to just kind of go over things on a high level, the very first game Hadres won, followed by 3 uncontested wins by Flying Taco. Flying Taco is playing the Beastman here today. Hadres came back in our last game, winning and bringing the score from 3 for Flying Taco to 2 for Hadres, who is playing on the Empire here today. So let's take a look at the Beastman armies before we kind of get this whole shenanigans underfoot. We have a nice long front line of Ungor Spearmen, followed by a unit of Bestigors. These guys are going to be really good against a majority of the Empire front line, including Great Swords. These guys will do pretty well against them because they do have that AP. They don't have the anti-infantry that Great Swords do have, but nonetheless, these guys are a pretty good unit. You can't really go too wide or deep into them because it will cost you the rest of your army, but you can see here that Flying Taco went pretty light on the Bestigors because he then took 2 mobile wings of his army. So in the front of this wing over here, we have Ungor Herds, followed by 2 units of Centaur Herds with great weapons. These guys are going to put a lot of threat into some of the mounted units or harder to hit, heavier armored units of the Empire. In addition, some Chaos Warhounds. Now we're going to see that semi-mirrored on the right side over here. We're going to see 2 units of Centaurs with great weapons, then 1 unit of Chaos Warhounds, and then a unit of Ungors. We're going to see some bovines, some mad bovines with shields over here, followed by the leadership of this army. Now, the Brave Shaman of Shadows here has Melkos Mystifying Miasma, Enfeebling Foe, Penetrable Pendulum, and then, of course, the Jagged Dagger, giving him some recharge rate. Then lastly, we have a generic Beast Lord on a chariot. So these 2 should be roving through the front line while the rest of this chaff kind of makes contact, keeping the line engaged, and the wings sweep around to kind of smash into the flanks and rear of the Empire line of Hadres. Now Hadres, on the other hand, he has a pretty good solid defensive line here. So he's got a lot of spearmen, then he's got 1 unit of Sigmar Sons, then he's got the unit of Halberdiers in the front here, another unit of Halberdiers on the left flank, and then 2 units of spearmen supporting his Hammer of the Witches and his other Great Cannon. Now in the back region, he also has some Empire Knights on defensive, looking to kind of shore up any of the charges that happen on the left or right flanks to kind of get into those and help them deal with any kind of breaches that they've got to deal with. Then obviously on the far right, we've got the Royal Altdorf Griffites, the Regiment Renowned Demogryph Knights. These guys are going to be causing terror, bringing a lot of anti-large and AP to the table. They are quite the shock cav. Now, as far as casters go, we're going to be seeing 2 casters. The brand new Amethyst Wizard. Look at that. Look at that lovely little rib cage. Now, this guy's pretty much going to be used as a Spirit Leech battery. You will also have the Power Stone, which will give him some good power recharge and Winds of Magic reserves. Now, the Jade Wizard as well will be the Regrowth and Shield of Thorns battery here. So 2 casters in addition with, boom, Karl Franzia himself. He's got the Gal Maraz, he's got the Reikland Runefang, he's got his Hold the Line, he's got Foe Seeker. I mean, he's armed to the teeth. The nice thing here is that his Beakus here does, not Beakus, sorry, that's the Bretonia. But his Griffin does cause terror. In addition, it has Blood Roar, reducing things leadership, so that's going to be really great for this army because we both know that Beastmen don't have the best leadership. But let's see this commence. Let's see this fray begin. We can already see that Flying Taco has pushed into the rightmost portion over here. He's looking to get a lot of really good early engagement with these Centaurs and these Chaos Warhounds. Remember, Chaos Warhounds do have poison on them, and that means it's going to lower the weapon strength, the speed of things, the melee attack. So really those Warhounds are going to do a really good job of mucking things up so that you can really come into for the 1-2 punch with the Centaurs. The left flank already starting to push in as well, and you can see that this fight is getting underway so quickly. Griffites right into those Centaurs, being reinforced again by the Minotaurs with shields coming in, cutting hooves all over the place, hooves, claws, and feathers, horns asunder. Flying in comes Karl Franz to kind of help things out, smashing apart one of these units of Centaurs, but you've got this ravenous horde also ready to push in as well. The left flank is starting to line up for its big charge, and the center line is starting to get ready to meet as well. Jumping into this kind of all-in over here, you've got all these units of Centaurs making way You've got the Life Wizard going to jump in on this, and the center battle is starting to kick off right here. We have a glorious charge of Ungors into some of the state troops of the Empire here. Oh, yeah. John Woo it. Ugh. So sick. Going back over to this. This is like really the main fight in my mind. You can see here that Karl Franz is really trying to put a lot of this to rout. The Altdorf Griffites are in bad shape. They're surrounded by some Minotaurs. They're hitting into Centaurs with great weapons, but oh, and there they go. They're starting to flee off here. I was going to say they're about to probably get a Jade Wizard heal going off, if not already, which should help stabilize them, but they're just dealing with so much damage. Now, on the leftmost flank, you can see that it's buckled so quickly. You have those Empire Knights that have come in to try and help out the line, but they're getting hit in so heavily by the Bray Shaman, by the Beast Lord. You got Centaurs with great weapons looking to chop them up from behind as well. Oh man, a nice good wind attack falling down here. Oh, the Penumbral Pendulum just missing. Hadres dodges out of the way of that one. Whew, actually does more friendly fire damage than opposing. Like, Empire Knights are being put to rout as well. The Ungor herds are marching in. Now, the cannons are still online. They can still do quite a lot of damage to any of these larger objects, such as the Bray Shaman or the Beast Lord. Now, you can see this rightmost fight has gone the way of the Beastmen. Flying Taco has handedly won this fight, taking out the Royal Altdorf Griffites and also smashing apart this Jade Wizard, unfortunately. So the healing for for Hadres has just been shut down. We have a Spirit Leech, it looks like. Oh, Melkosm's finding Miasma onto the Spearmen that has tripped off here as well, trying to buckle them quickly to get into the back line of these great cannons so they can stop doing heavy burst damage to this Bray Shaman. Karl Franzia has jumped in, looking to pop this Shaman as fast as possible. The Beast Lord looking to relieve them. Also has 2 units of Centaurs going for the wrap-up on Franz, but he has popped Foe Seeker, giving him that good increase to speed, that good increase to vigor to kind of help him in that fight there. But you can see, things are really looking grim for Hadres. He's pretty much surrounded on all fronts. He's dealing with a lot of routing already. Some of his bigger, scarier units have been completely smashed off the table. His Jade Wizard is in really bad shape, obviously, so that's really going to prevent him from getting any healing. And Flying Taco's doing that ace move of having his Chaos Warhounds just stay on the Jade Wizard. The Jade Wizard will not be able to come back from this. He will route completely off the table as he is being pursued. He won't be able to recover his leadership and come back into the fight. Now, as we see things progressing here, Franzia is in the thick of things, trying to rally his men here. Oops, I mean to do the fast forward. He is surrounded on all sides by hooves and horns. Minotaur's looking there, just getting bucked wildly. Oh man, I've never seen a Minotaur go flying that far. Whoo! But Franzia is getting up in those bovines, smacking those hooves around, getting those disgusting gnarled teeth in there. Like, look at this. Disgusting. Oh, and he's also got an enfeebling foe tripped off on him. Look at that face. That's a face that not even a mother could love. Woo! Alright, remember this is Game 6 of the Skulls for Skulls Throne. If Flying Taco wins this one, then he does win the tournament. Hadres has to win 2 more to win the tournament itself. 1 more bringing this to Game 7, of course. But in the back line, the Hammer of Witches is now completely fallen. The Amethyst Wizard is getting some Spirit Leeches dropped down on things, trying to just kind of finish stuff off as best that he can. He's doing it onto the Minotaur, which is probably a good choice here. Trying to mitigate and shut down their damage as much as possible. But now Franzia is being hit. He has the Requiem Moon thing. He's got Galmaraz on him. But those Chaos Warhounds are going to prevent him from getting back up in the air. And he's going to continue to get swarmed by these Beastmen. This is just such a ravening horde. It has come down from the mountains into the forest, or out of the forests, and has given Empire a firm ass kicking. You can see here. Hadres unfortunately is me suffering from army losses, and Flying Taco will pull ahead to win the Skulls for Skulls Throne tournament. So let's take a look at the post battle here and look at these 2 armies. So I think that Hadres had a good play here. I think Hadres had a larger army in mind. I think that he expected a larger amount of foot infantry fighting his force, maybe more Bestigors involved in Flying Taco's army. I don't think he expected to see 4 units of Centaurs. I mean, that is very, very oppressive. That is very mobile, very heavy in the shock cap portion of this. I mean, with those Centaurs with great weapons, they can put so much stress on Altdorf Griffites, on Hippogriff Riders, on your Empire Knights, that you just have to have so many things marching alongside those cav thing for the Empire that it's just very hard to counter that much Senegor play. And on top of that, you've got 4 units of Ungors, you've got 4 units of Ungor Spearmen now, so just a lot of chaff infantry that actually worked out very well for Flying Taco, because Flying Taco was able to use the momentum gained from both of his flanks, both of his wings flanking in. This is very reminiscent to the play we saw earlier with the Lizardmen game, the Lizardmen versus the Norskins, right? Where we had a lot of flanking wing charges that just really didn't get off as well. In this situation, Flying Taco was able to do a lot of really good flanking charges that really carried the momentum for this game for him. I feel like the big first engagement against Hadres, wherein the Royal Altdorf Griffites, the Jade Wizard, and Karl Franz got into an engagement with 2 units of Centaurs, the Chaos Warhounds, and then the Minotaurs, was really what I think sealed it for Flying Taco. He put down the Royal Altdorf Griffites so fast, and then the Jade Wizard was put to run, or to rout, which ultimately resulted in Hadres having no healing for his army. And I think that's what really kind of clinched it for Flying Taco, pushing him ahead 4-2 in the Skulls for Skullstone tournament. This was a really fun tournament. I'm so sorry that we didn't have the VOD of the entire tournament. We didn't even have game 1 of the finals, unfortunately. Flying Taco was nice enough to save everything, so we were able to cast this for him, or for all of you guys. Hopefully we can somehow get some other games up from that, but I believe this will conclude our coverage of Skulls for Skullstone. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this out here. I've been focusing so much on 3 Kingdoms that getting this out quickly became a little bit of a burden. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one, and take care.